It's criminal that Met Police is giving up on burglars but has 900 anti-hate experts, writes former Scotland Yard Chief Phil Flower. Ex-police chief has backed a refocus of core policing policy across the force. He says it's about time a police chief talked some common sense. Unfortunately, they've all been common purpose trained. Philip Flower said, where hate is an aggravation factor in a crime, it should be taken into account. So basically, you heard that. 900 anti-hate experts. You could sack a lot of them. You could have 900 cops on the beat, but not that they're particularly good. But now there could be some sort of event take place this month, either around the 9th or the 11th. And the reason I say that is because it'll be 9/11 in the UK. We do day, month, year, so it'd be 9/11/11 or 11/11/11. And if you don't see where the 11 comes from, well, obviously you've got 11th day, 11 of the 11th month of 2018, and you add the 8 and 1 together, you get 9, 0, 9, and the 2, 11. So it's going to be 11/11/11. And knowing how the parasites like the numerology and work to numerology science, it could be some type of event goes down. Maybe nothing will happen, who knows. Former MP avoids prison after being found with more than 500 indecent images and videos of children. Some of the videos and images were classified as category A material, the worst kind of sex abuse. But of course, if you're an MP, member of paedophiles, you don't get to prison for it. A former MP who was found to have saved hundreds of images and videos of child sex abuse has been given a suspended jail sentence. Police found Simon Thomas and 539 indecent images and 77 indecent videos involving sex abuse of children aged from 6 to 13, and they seized his iPad and other electrical devices during an early morning raid by police on his home in Aberystwyth, North Wales. Mold Crown Court heard. Now, if that was you or I, you'd be straight in jail where you belong, where he belongs. Now, this looks interesting, doesn't it? If you can't see it, basically, it says United Kingdom on the Green Line, United Kingdom Private Limited Company. The United Kingdom is an industrial developed country with a high range and standard level of taxation. It is a member of the EU, UN, NATO and other international organisations. The economy of the UK is amongst the 5 largest in Europe. The capital is London, which is one of the leading financial and business centres of the world. Whilst the UK is a country with a standard level of taxation, British companies are widely used in practice as a vehicle for tax planning. We discuss below the features of a UK resident company which is subject to UK tax. This is a company which with a tax reference number which pays tax on its worldwide income at standard UK rates. It is important to note that operation of a limited company outside the United Kingdom does not relieve it either from taxes or from the filing of financial statements. Every year financial statements of the company must be filed with Companies House, and the relevant company tax return must be submitted in the UK tax office, namely HMRC, Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs. General information. Total area 243,610 square kilometres. Population 63 million. Location, click here. Political status, parliamentary monarchy. Capital, London. Official language, English. Official currency, British pound. Time zone, 0. Company type, private limited company. United Kingdom Limited. Companies require a minimum of 1 director. One of the directors must be a natural person. Other directors may be corporate bodies. So basically, it's telling you, and if you want to read more, you can do. It goes on from corporate taxation from 2014 tax rate for UK limited companies is 21%. More and more information about the fact that the United Kingdom is a corporation. So, just like the police force is a corporation, every council is a corporation. So, you're obeying a corporation when you do whatever the council or the government say. It's corporate law, not common law, not even civil law. It's corporate law. You shouldn't be obeying corporations. MPs do not have legal veto to stop no deal Brexit, Commons official says. Vote of no confidence in government may be only way to stop Britain crashing out of EU. There is no Brexit. Prison centres for council tax debts to end in Wales. No one should ever go to prison for council tax anyway in the first place. It's a fake statute which doesn't actually say any man or woman has to pay council tax. And let's face it, with the corruption in every council, it's even more ridiculous to give them a penny. Outdated and disproportionate prison sentence for getting into council tax debt will be scrapped in April. Financial Secretary Mark Drakeford said he would consider new measures to deal with people refusing to pay in Wales. At least 62 people were jailed in Wales and England in 2016-2017 over the issue, nearly a third of them from Wales. In January, a legal challenge brought after a woman was unlawfully jailed over a debt to Bridgend Council found potential errors in similar cases. So they can't even lock you up correctly. Number of UK households in energy debt rises by 300,000. Nearly 400 million is owed to power companies following latest round of hikes, says report. Simply because they keep putting the price up and putting the price up, and they put it up at the last one by 1/4%. 12.5%. So by a massive amount anyway. And of course, it's calling fuel poverty. So you've got the old and the poor can't afford to heat the homes. This is another Agenda 21, Agenda 30 murder. Ex-Apprentice winner Michelle Dewberry catches council worker on video confiscating homeless man's belongings. Councils have to go. We have to get rid of them. And all the executive branches of every council, they will be guilty of crimes, I guarantee it. Nottingham criminal cartels lot are absolutely all guilty of crimes. And in a recent meeting, where it was pointed out that one of them had broke the law, just said, report it to the police, because they have a strategic partnership, which means they won't do anything. They refuse to investigate. New breast cancer new breast cancer test to speed up detection. Personalised breast screening breakthrough likely to save thousands of lives through early diagnosis. 300,000 women a year could be spared unnecessary mammograms as medical revolution transforms treatment. This has the potential to significantly reduce deaths. Express. Tormented Cliff was bag of bones, says Pop Pal. Yeah, well, just imagine how those kids were that he raped in Elm Guesthouse. Carol Vorderman, Pride of Britain, changed my life. Fears over record pension cashing. Bruce's wife, Winelina, a model, aged at 61. Star, which it's anything but. They have to give away free water to get you to buy it, you see. God save the Queen. The God they pray to isn't the ones that you're thinking of, I guarantee it. Jungle Chums, first look at new I'm a Celeb camp. Whoopie-doo, TV. Stabbing rampage at Cowl HQ. Anything but independent. Cameron should stay in his shed. Yep. I'm proud to be a champagne socialist. Police have to get their house in order. We need a woman on the £50 note. How do Democrats take fight to Trump? The president at a rally in Huntington, West Virginia last night ahead of the midterms on Tuesday. British-backed bombing raids hit UK aid in Yemen. Pressure on May as Saudi-led coalition strikes Oxfam projects. She's a Satanist, so she's not going to do anything. She enjoys death, murder, mayhem, chaos. That's what they all live on. Mirror. Dr. Ranju, it's tough being gay in the NHS, and it looks like it's something to do with bleeding strictly again. Schoolboy mystery exclusive. How there's a 30-year-old man in my maths class. Home Office probes pupil concerns over bearded as asylum seeker classmate. 30, come on. Rife for paedophiles. The Telegraph. Rise of IVF blamed for collapsing adoption. Who holds trump card in this game? Sanctions are coming. November 5th. Charity chief under fire for 232,000 salary package. And that's what you do. If ever you get stopped in the street by anyone saying such and such charity, get your phone out, go right, such and such charity, and search for the CEO, and you see how much wages they're on. And if they're on anything over 100 grand, say, I'm not paying your CEO's wages. Do one. All new homes we build must be beautiful. The Guardian. Staff it back at Green. It's not banter, it's a climate of fear. Interview Mark Gatiss. The League of Gentlemen was a premonition of Brexit. Fears over rising use of melatonin to aid sleep, and the reason that people are having to use, many are having to use all sorts of different methods to get to sleep nowadays, is because of the 4G, the 5G, the chemtrails. It's bombarding you with all sorts of shit and throwing you off your sleep pattern. Sheridan Smith. I fell apart. I lost my mind. The scum. Strictly again. Danny, I don't fear Strictly, Curtis. I've been trying to get rid of my missus for years. Hodling triple bypass on heart. Exclusive army crackdown. Discharge of the line brigade. Soldiers on any drugs face instant boot. Someone said that the food that they're being fed now is so shit and full of sugars that, and I seen a soldier up in the shops, and he was a right chubby git, real belly on him. So they've got to be feeding them some real shit now. Daily fail. Lord Chiefs pay out to DJ Gambaccini for sex slur. They botched the case. Of course, how else can they get another paedophile off, eh? The Times. I started baking out of loneliness. Bake Off. Sport. Plan to cut tuition fees to $6,500. Government review suggests big reduction. £5 off at Lidl voucher inside. Half price Great Winter Weekends, The Naked Feminist, me, Emily Ratajkowski. Labour concealed anti-Semitism threat against Jewish... Oh, piss off. You know, whenever you hear the word anti-Semitism, that means they're trying to cover something up. Somebody says something against it, so it's anti-Semitic. That's all that bullshit is. FT Weekend. Ineos offers lifeline for Ford plant. Ratcliffe eyes Bridgend to build new car. Philip for industry after JLR and Dyson blows. Quid pro quo. Public to help select £50 note face. No, they won't. Don't lie. Fastest US wage growth in a decade bolsters Trump ahead of midterms. And from what I can gather, I was reading, I can't find it now, I was reading apparently 2 billion has been wiped off the stock, so the crash is coming very soon. Dennis Healy. World events do not occur by accident. They are made to happen, whether it is to do with national issues or commerce, and most of them are staged and managed by those who hold the purse strings.